Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow, he did it. 61 to Maris. And look at him fight for that ball out there. Holy cow, what a shot.
I was driving auto parts. I was delivering auto parts for Stewart's Auto Parts, and that's pretty much what I did. I worked. I didn't go out much. I really didn't do much, you know. I was a homebody. Well, anyway, Sunday morning is church day, okay? My cousin John and a lady acquaintance, they were there with, at that time it was my fiance, Rosemary, okay, which later became my wife.
When did you meet? When did you meet Grandma?
When did I meet Rosemary? Well, actually, Rosemary, I was not quite 20 years old, okay? And Rosemary was almost 18. We were kids. And we were seeing each other, not that often. And we're hanging around Sunday morning, kind of boring. So I said to my cousin John and Ro, I said, why don't we go to a Yankee game? It's the last game of the year. I said, I always wanted to catch a baseball in practice. So how about if we go? And they all agreed, which I was kind of taken back. So we agreed to go to the stadium and took the train. And we got there. And I didn't think we were going to get seats in right field, because right field was going to be packed that day. Okay, so I took a chance. I said, excuse me, at the toll booth. I says, if you got 4 tickets for right field, which I didn't think he would have. And he thumbed through them. He says, yeah, I got 4 seats in right field, which was like, wow. Anyway, we got the tickets. We worked our way to right field, took our seats. And we hung out there while batting practice was going on, but we didn't catch anything, so we were kind of disappointed. And there was one more ball to be caught, which you don't think you're going to catch that baseball. Anyway, the game started, and it was Tracy Stallard pitching against the Boston Red Sox, okay? Now, when the game started, they didn't score in the first couple of innings. I'm watching every move Tracy Stallard made on the pitcher's mound, okay? I watched his hand, the ball, his arm, everything. I didn't take my eye off his arm. I was zoomed in with a telescope or whatever. And the count went to 2 balls, no strikes. Now it was getting a little, you know, don't give him ball 3, because if he walks, that's one less chance he's going to, you know. But anyway, so 2-0, and here comes the third pitch. I'm watching him, let the ball go, right down the middle of the plate, okay? As soon as Roger swung, I knew the ball was going over my head. For some reason, I was able to judge fly balls. You know, I played baseball every day as a kid growing up, so that to me was easy. So as soon as he hit it, I jumped on my seat. Matter of fact, I was smoking a cigarette. Back in those days, you were able to smoke in the stands. So I jumped on my seat. As soon as, right off the bat, I jumped up and I stuck the cigarette in my mouth. And here it comes, straight out. I'm telling you, I reached as high as I could reach, as high as I can go. It hit me right in the palm of the hand. Didn't hurt. It knocked me over into the row behind me. And from that day on, that was it. Rosemary come running, and the 2 security guards picked me up, and they took me through the Yankee bullpen underneath the stadium, and everybody was down there. All the media and Roger, and they brought me over to Roger, and he says, hey Raj, the kid wants to give you the baseball. I was so excited, I really was. They offered $5,000 for that baseball. Sam Gordon from Sacramento, he offered $5,000 for the fan that caught the ball. And the kid wants to give you the baseball. So Roger turned around and said, "Sal, you keep the baseball." He says, "I have plenty of balls home," which I was like, I can't believe it, okay? And that's how I wound up with the baseball. And I thanked him and he congratulated me. They took us to the Yankee restaurant, me and Rosemary. And we had something to eat there, you know, the whole thing, all the media around. And I didn't know what the heck, you know, was going on. I really didn't know. And there were so many around us. It was just an unbelievable afternoon. And I got to meet Roger again in the locker room, okay? And we took photos, they took photos of us, and how can I say this? Anyway, I was talking to Roger, media. Now, I happened to mention that we were going to get married. So the newspaper, well, I think that ball was meant for me, okay? For the simple reason that I had no intentions of going to the baseball, number one. The last minute decision, not thinking you're going to get tickets, okay, where you should get them. And me switching seats with Rosemary, between getting the tickets and switching seats with Ro, I mean, it was meant for me, which I didn't realize until years later. You know, you sit back after everything is done, and it came over me. It had to be meant for you, okay? And it helped me get married. I got 3 beautiful boys. Love them all with respect, okay? And we had them when we were young, okay? It was like me growing up with friends because they were young, we were younger. And that's how it really didn't change my life, except it helped me get married, okay? I never made a lot of money, but the money didn't matter to me.